What's up guys, Cwesolo here, and today we are back for another learning blueprint tutorial thing. I don't really know what to call this series yet. I'm just recording this straight after the other one, so I'll kind of figure out a name later. Regardless, today we're going to be covering variables and blueprints. This isn't a very hard topic to kind of understand. It's kind of no different than if you were learning an actual programming language like C# or C++ or Java or something like that. If you have never coded before, then this is completely new to you. If you have coded before, then this should be very similar to what you already know. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into this. All right, here we are back in Unreal Engine 5. We just have our normal project here. We have the content browser. I already have a folder made for making our blueprint for this video. So today we're going to be covering variables, and we're going to kind of manipulate them a little bit. And that's really what we're going to do. So that's pretty cool. Let's do that. So we're going to right click here, and we're going to create blueprint class. We're going to make an actor. We're going to call this num increment box. All right, we're going to call this box collider num increment. I don't know what else to call this. We're going to be making a box collider, a little trigger box, and every time you run into it, it's going to increment a number up 1. So yeah, that's really what this is going to do. We're going to go over to here, and we're going to click add, and we are going to add a either a box collision, and we're going to go ahead and make it like 50 by 50 by 50. That way it's kind of relatively big. I don't know how big this is. We can test that out when we go to plop it in, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. We need to make sure that this is, we're going to call this trigger. So trigger box, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and make sure this thing has no collision on it. So coming through here, we're going to kind of make sure that this has no collision overlap. So it looks like this is already set as an overlap. So you probably shouldn't need to do anything here. If you do, check the collision. I know this looks very complicated, but it's really not that complicated. I assure you. It already has generate overlap events on, so we're good. All right, so we're going to go over here. We can get rid of all this. We don't need any of that for this video. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to add event. And it's going to be add component begin overlap. And we're going to make a variable. So we have these components already here in our variables. These are technically variables as they are. We can do things with them, but we're actually going to be creating a different kind of variable. We're going to create an integer. So we're going to call this number, misspelled. Create a number, and we're going to go ahead and change it right here to an integer. And that's pretty much all we're doing. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this off. So we're going to go ahead and set number equal to, let's compile first, to 0, so that's fine. We'll add a description to it, why not? Increments when interacted with. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our nice little increment here. We're going to get the number, and we're going to go plus plus. And then we'll go ahead and output it to the screen every time we do that. So print string, kind of similar to last time. We're going to go ahead and do this little thing here. It's going to convert this to a string. And we'll have it blue, we'll have it pop up on the screen for 2 seconds, that's fine. And we're gonna compile it. That's all we had to do here, so let's go ahead and save this and try it out, see if it works. Let's go ahead and grab our little thing here, we're gonna grab it. So our box really isn't that big. I think perhaps we should make it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's make it like something like 100, not 1,000, but like 100. Not 1,000. I'm putting in too many zeros. 100, there we go. That should be a little bit bigger and easier to interact with. Okay, so we have our nice little box here. And if we walk over this way, wherever it's at, hey, look at that. We have a 1, 2, and as you can see up in the top left of the corner of the screen, we have this nice little thing incrementing, and that's pretty cool. So we are interacting with variables, and we are changing a number. And now, say we wanted to, oh, I don't know, have a way for this to decrement. We can do that. So I don't know. Say after event, so we're going to add another thing here, and we're going to go ahead and add another thing. We're going to add an end overlap, and say after a delay of, I don't know, 5 seconds, we're going to decrement. No, it's not 5 seconds. Let's do like 3 seconds. Let's grab our number variable here again. We're going to get it, and we're going to go ahead and minus minus. We're going to decrement it, and go ahead and print to the screen. So now we're going to be decrementing it every time we leave after 3 seconds of walking out of the box, and that's what it's going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and save it, come over here to play, and we'll go ahead and interact with this, interact with it again, interact with it. See, we have it decrement, so after 3 seconds it's going to go back down to 1. And look at that, we're adding and subtracting to this integer that we made in our cool little box collider thing. And yeah, not really that complicated. We're taking a variable and we're storing it. We're storing a number in this case into this cool little number variable, and we are interacting with it by every time we mess around with this this trigger box, so this box collider. Every time we run into it, it increments it up, and every time we exit it, it'll decrement it down after 3 seconds. Very simple. We're probably going to have a different video covering delays and why you might want to use them, but just know for this video that we have a variable and we are interacting with it and putting it to the screen using the trigger box. Very simple, I know. Not really too crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's variables. There's also a variety of different variables here. As you can see, you have Boolean, byte, integer, integer 64, float, name. All of these little things, we'll probably end up playing with each and every one of them at some point in the future, but for this I just really wanted to cover how you can interact with variables and use them to your advantage for storing stuff. So heck, we could even store a number when we leave using a save game system, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you found it helpful, leave a like, comment if you have any questions or anything like that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Unreal Engine content. And I haven't mentioned this in a while, but you should probably wishlist the Amazing Ball on Steam. I'll have a link in the description, and you should do that. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great day, and peace out.